In the summer of 1935, the ocean liner Mariposa sailed through these glorious Sydney harbour heads with the world's first millionaire author on board. It was Zane Grey, the novelist who almost single-handedly invented the genre of the American Western, searing the characters and landscapes into American culture, and that myth was exported internationally. Hollywood turned Grey's many bestsellers into movies, doubling his fortune and securing his global fame. Hi, I'm Vicki Hastrich. My new book is a biography, The Last Days of Zane Grey, and it focuses on the 2 trips Grey made to Australia in the 1930s. It's an untold story. When I first stumbled across this story, I could hardly believe it. It's as entertaining as a Zane Grey Western, filled with incident and drama. It was right here, within sight of this lighthouse, that Zane Grey caught his world record tiger shark. When it was brought into the little beach at Watson's Bay to be weighed, thousands of Sydney-siders turned up to see it. On Hayman Island in Queensland, Zane Grey produced and starred in the first ever Jaws movie, White Death, possibly one of history's most ill-fated film shoots and a box office disaster. At Bermagui and Bateman's Bay, tremendous sword fishing adventures and rivalries took place by day, and by night, gala social occasions went on. And in South Australia, Grey's growing obsession to do battle against a monster-sized great white shark finally came to its dangerous conclusion in the wild waters of Port Lincoln. Researching this book has been an adventure for me as well. I've dived in a shark cage in Port Lincoln, cracked the secret code of intimate letters between Grey and his lover, and travelled to the Florida Keys, a place I never imagined I'd go. Along the way, I found stories of powerful women. Grey's impressive wife Dolly holding the fort back in LA, and the daring Sydney socialite and champion sportswoman Chicky Nathan, and Grey's complicated poet-lover Lola Gornall. And Charles Kingsford Smith, the legendary aviator, and Miles Franklin, the Australian author, also played cameo roles. While he's not so well known now, believe me, when Grey arrived here, it was huge news. Australians were massive fans, and when the Mariposa docked at Circular Quay, there was a pack of reporters waiting to interview him. From that moment on, everything he did or said was written up and syndicated in news pages around the country. Depression-era Australia was starstruck, dazzled not just by Grey's creations, but by the modern American wealth and glamour he represented. So why did Zane Grey come to Australia? Well, he was a pioneer of the new sport of game fishing, and he came to test himself in our unfished waters, to grab world records. He came to gather new stories and fresh inspiration for his writing, and he came to meet his secret Australian lover. He came to make himself the story, to feed the publicity machine, the better to swing lucrative contracts and movie deals. Because behind it all, he came to make money. The Zane Grey empire was financially shaky, and he needed to startle the world once more and cash in. Zane Grey was under pressure. His American biographers have always relegated Grey's Australian travels to a couple of dismissive paragraphs, but these trips took place during the last few years of Grey's life, and not only are they fascinating in themselves, they're crucial to understanding this complex man. Ultimately, this story is epic and age-old. It's about a man fighting to retain his vitality, a titan railing against the inevitability of his own death. I can't wait for readers to open the pages of the last days of Zane Grey and meet this larger-than-life, fascinatingly flawed man, and to see afresh the nation that welcomed him with open arms.